Greetings, welcome back everyone. If you like these daily crypto analysis videos, hit the like button and subscribe. Please share these videos with your friends to help the channel grow. I'm Crypto Snake, back again to discuss some Bitcoin analysis and in particular why I think this moment is absolutely crucial for Bitcoin right now. So in the previous video I did send out a bear flag, basically ignoring this manipulation candle and drawing the flagpole for the rest of the fear dump here all the way down. It has turned into kind of a textbook bear flag here. And what a bear flag basically is the price normally drops and then recovers a little bit, forming what's called the flag. This is a flagpole, and in order to measure the flag to flagpole to determine exactly where the price might go down to, you basically copy this and paste it down at the top of the flag, essentially measuring in the wicks of each candle. So based on this bear flag, it does actually appear that we could break down into the 6,000 area support. Also down on the RSI, we are also trending down for that 30 position that I laid out previously and explained in the previous video as well. When the RSI comes up like this, hits the top, it normally does come down. We didn't actually get to that peak, which is why I'm not exactly set in stone on being bearish here, but it does appear that we have broken down and we may trend down through this 36 support here down to the 30, which would put us around that 6,000 range. And if you didn't watch the previous videos, just to catch you up, we did actually have a very large manipulation candle here out of this wedge that was formed by a $71 million short that obviously scared the market, and most technical analysis has been out of the window on that. I was expecting a TK crossover to form somewhere around here to confirm that we are actually heading bearish, but right now it has been entirely flat, which is why I'm saying this is basically a no trade zone for me. While I do think the bear flag is likely, there is also a bullish possibility that could occur as well. With the SAR still moving bearish and no actual attempt to return to this Kijun-sen is another reason that I'm basically discounting this crossover. Generally we do return to this Kijun-sen, which is this blue line. Moving back to the bear flag though, we actually have started to form the second flagpole of the bear flag, which could either accelerate and continue down, or it could altogether just negate the bear flag and slowly trend down to the 6,000 level. It's also possible that it can negate the bear flag and move back up to one of my upper targets, which I'll cover later in the video. But first, moving down to the 4-hour chart here, I just want to lay out a little bit of a bullish perspective. Let me just switch over to my other Bitcoin chart. So on the 4-hour chart, I have actually laid out a descending wedge. I did discount this Bart Simpson manipulation here, which we have actually seen multiple throughout this channel, but this is the only one that heavily broke this channel of this descending wedge. Normally a descending wedge, it would be a pattern reversal, same thing with an ascending wedge. So it's very possible if this bear flag is negated and we continue down into this wedge, we will eventually break up, possibly breaking up into this 4-hour cloud, as the current trend is down and a reversal of that would be up. So in my previous video, I did lay out a bullish scenario of getting up to 6,600 around that area and a bearish scenario of down to 6,000. I'm still very set on that. And at the moment, it's basically a coin flip. If not for the manipulation, I would say that we would still be moving bullish. However, the market is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, with the entire market basically screaming 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. It's almost inevitable that we will hit that, as most people actually do make a lot of their trades based on other people's technical analysis. So if a lot of them are screaming 6,000, that could very well be the next target, as a lot of the money will pull itself out of the market waiting for that price to hit. Now what concerns me is the RSI on the 4-hour chart. It's basically stayed within this range while the price has continued to drop, which means the true price of the coin is also starting to drop, which is leading me to be a little bit more bearish and believe that 6K number is very well possible. If we move down to the 2-hour chart, you can see that we did actually break into the 2-hour cloud before being rejected back down through it. I don't think we're going to make another attempt there. However, there is very light cloud resistance ahead on the 2-hour, which we could potentially break through for a potential pump out of this wedge. If I had to give it a percentage, I would say I'm 60% sure that we're going to hit the 6,000 level and about 40% sure that we're going to pump out of this wedge up to the 6,600 area. Right now, I'm basically waiting for confirmation. It all depends on where this Kijun-sen is going to go. If it starts breaking down, I'm going to be bearishly confirmed that we are going down to that 6,000 level, as the SAR is dipping with no signs of stopping as well. So before I get on with the rest of the video here, if you would like to join my free Telegram for insights on the market, including Bitcoin, altcoins, and a sneak peek to my personal entries and exits, join t.me/cryptosnakepit. Links directly to the chat and a link on how to install Telegram, which is a free chat program that I use to communicate with my VIPs, in the description below. Also, I've given out a list of potentially discount altcoins I plan to ride for the bull run if we do hit 6,000. And we have been capitalizing on Bitcoin's movements, pulling 25% gains on ZRX, 20% on WON, 7% on Game, and 10% on ADA. If you want information on how to get into the VIP group to be part of these trades, the information is also in the description below. So moving back to the Bitcoin shorts chart, Bitcoin shorts, which is basically a measurement of how many people are betting against the market right now, has actually started to ascend again back up to that all-time high. Now, I did believe a potential Bitcoin short was on the way. However, this Kijun-sen actually has inclined very sharply to meet up with the price, which is again another reason why I'm relatively bearish right now, is the fact that these shorts actually have quite a bit of support here to break through before meeting another short squeeze. It's very possible that we could actually break the all-time high on the Bitcoin shorts before getting another short squeeze back, which I think would actually coincide with that 6,000 level. As for the health of the market today, with absolutely no surprise here, the altcoin market is bleeding again. Everything is pretty much down for the week and for the 24-hour chart, as Bitcoin has started to drop again more aggressively. The total market cap is down another $7 billion, much further away from that 200 billion mark that we did actually manage to surpass, leading a lot of people to believe this could have been the bull run. As for Bitcoin dominance, we broke through that 56% threshold, and we're now nearing the 57% threshold and showing absolutely no signs of stopping right now. We are on a full incline up. So on to some different news here today. Ethereum, for any of you Ethereum miners out there, Ethereum is basically scheduling a hard fork for next month, which will reduce the reward of Ethereum from 3 ETH to 2 ETH, which has actually scared out a lot of miners. If we take a look at the Ethereum difficulty chart here, you can see this just absolutely destructive drop here on difficulty, with a lot of other miners switching on to other coins. You can see if we take a look at the Ethereum difficulty chart, which is basically the measurement of the difficulty of the calculation to receive the Ethereum for these miners, there was a very sharp drop off, which is probably a lot of those mining networks shutting down or switching to other coins. So what does that mean for Ethereum? Overall, it's not really a bullish story about it. It could be potentially taken as bearish, as the actual 24-hour volume of Ethereum is very likely to go down because of this, as most miners, they mine their assets into Ethereum, and if they do trade with them, they obviously move that out, so that increases the volume. So if the miners are going to another coin, it's very possible that that could drop the 24-hour volume, and it actually could hurt the coin overall. Now, Ethereum's price, going from a peak of about $1,200 or more, is down now to $181.13. Absolutely destroyed. It is now between this heavy resistance and heavy support area on Bitcoin value. And if we go and switch over to USD, broke that 221 mark where it was holding a little bit of support after that candle breakdown, and now it's very, very likely to come down and test that 155 area, where we have actually held historic support before. If we break that, there's no stopping for Ethereum. I don't think it will be the second coin anymore. I think we will see another champion, whether that's Ripple or Bitcoin Cash or EOS or Stellar. Any of those remains to be seen. Moving to a very bearish story for today, NASDAQ said to be building tools to predict crypto price movements. Now you might be saying, okay, well, you know, that's good, then I can make some money off that. If you're not an institutional investor, this is very, very bad news for you. Going back to the Bitcoin chart and moving down to the 4-hour chart, these Bart Simpson candles that I did mark out in the previous chart, these are basically HFTs, high functioning trading bots, or artificial intelligence that basically tells them when to get in and out of the market. This is basically what they're building. So there's going to be a lot more manipulation in the market, and if they actually do adapt this for altcoins, that would be very, very worrisome, because we would see a lot more of these Bart Simpson candles up, down, just absolute liquidation hunters throughout the altcoin market as well, and that would make me very, very bearish on cryptocurrency. That being said, I do believe after we do hit the 6K mark on Bitcoin, I do think we are going to trend up. And that's my overview for the market today, guys. Before I wrap this video up, I just want to say good luck on your trades this week if you do make them. Please join me in my free Telegram at t.me/cryptosnakepit, where I give up-to-the-minute updates on Bitcoin and my personal exits and entries for the private VIP group. Also included is our private VIP chat, where you can chat with many of our experienced savage traders, get personal technical analysis from me, and answer any questions you might have. This is Crypto Snake, signing off.